my crayons out of my pencil case. Okay, are you ready? Yes, we must get ourselves nice and comfortable, and then we can relax together, can't we? I am going to begin by using this red crayon. Oh yes, look at that. How does that feel? Feels good, feels relaxing. Excellent. That's exactly what we want today. We want to have a little bit of relaxation, don't we? Yes, indeed, yes, indeed, yes, indeed. I've just realized something. Give me 1 second, actually. I'm wearing an absolutely gigantic hoodie. Absolutely gigantic oversized hoodie. The little metal zipper, it was, tingly dangling and bumping against the microphone a little bit. Hopefully that didn't sound bad. You know me though, you know me, I'll use some little editing magic hopefully to get rid of the tingly dangly bumping sound of the metal zipper. This hoodie is absolutely ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. I got it not too long ago from Amazon. I got it. It's a cheap hoodie. It is a cheap hoodie. Listen, I'm a little bit poor, okay? Just a little bit poor. So I have to buy some cheap things every now and then. And this hoodie, because it's cheap, it's not human shaped. It is not human shaped. The hood is really, really small. And the arms are really, really long. And it's just bizarre. It's just really bizarre. I don't know who made it, but I think somebody who's never seen a human being before must have made this hoodie, because the proportions are just so utterly bizarre. Absolutely and utterly bizarre. But I still like it. I still like it even though it fits me weirdly. It's so fluffy and warm, and it's so absolutely gigantic. It is gigantic. Big Supremo. Yes, indeed. I was watching Celine ASMR. I watch her a lot, actually. She might be my favorite ASMR artist at the moment. I know she's like huge, right? Super successful. She's like the GOAT. She's the GOAT of ASMR, in my opinion. Because out of all the really big ASMR artists, Celine ASMR, her videos, they give me tingles like 90% of the time. 90% of every single video that she makes, I'm experiencing ASMR tingles. I think she has perfected the line between professionalism and, like, I guess, amateur recording or whatever. I don't really know how to express it. Maybe lo-fi. She has the perfect balance between lo-fi and, like, professionalism. There's a point where things become too professional. JoJo ASMR, I think, is a good example. For me, when I watch JoJo ASMR, I experience literally zero tingles. I experience no ASMR whatsoever when I watch JoJo ASMR. But obviously he's very, very big, very, very successful, very talented too. But his videos, I think they're too good. You know what I'm saying? They're like too professional. The audio quality, everything watching them just to relax and to fall asleep, then JoJo ASMR's videos are obviously perfect for that, right? Absolutely perfect. And in that sense, you can enjoy the high quality very, very much indeed. But if you're straight up there for the tingles, for the ASMR, then I think that level of professional setup is too much. I think it's gone too far. Because, I don't know about you, but I will often watch just random people's ASMR videos, people that have like 500 subscribers or even like 200, or, you know, a small person, a physically small person. They're short and tiny. No, I'm joking, right? A person that doesn't have too many subs or whatever. Someone, maybe they're just filming on their phone. Maybe the setup is a bit rough. Maybe the recording is a bit rough. Maybe there's bumps and there's mistakes, you know, whatever. But I'll watch those videos and I'll get hella ASMR tingles. I get loads of ASMR tingles. And that for me is why I'm watching that, like the feeling of the tingles. So yeah, I love those really lo-fi videos. And I guess I prefer them to the super professional videos. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, I think Celine ASMR has the perfect balance of professional setup and recording, but also like lo-fi. It's just perfect. She's mastered it. She's the queen. She's the queen. Step aside, Gibby. Or Chippy. Chippy ASMR. You know what I'm saying? Step aside, Chippy. Celine the queen. Celine the queen. That's what I'm saying. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Chippy ASMR is very good too. Very good too. I think she might be a little bit like JoJo ASMR for me though, in that the setup, it's too professional, it's too sterile and clean and crisp, it's too much. But I do get tingles from Chippy ASMR sometimes. I don't watch it that often, that's why I'm a bit... I can't remember how you're supposed to say their name. Is it Chippy or Gippy? I think Chippy. Right? Chippy. I think so. I think so. She got a little baby now too, isn't she? Which is cool. It's cool. My manager was pregnant a little while ago. She's on maternity leave now. But it was so impressive how she kept working up until like she was 8 months pregnant. She had an absolutely gigantic belly. Gigantic pregnant belly baby bump. Gigantic pregnant belly baby bump. And yeah, I was just absolutely amazed that she could continue to work up until 8 months pregnant. Women are flipping amazing. Women are amazing. They're magical. How on earth can you function with another human being inside you like that, with a baby? How can you function when you're giant like that? And she was like moving gracefully. It didn't impede her in any way whatsoever. I don't understand how she did it. I don't understand. And I think that must be common, right? I'll be honest, I don't encounter pregnant women very often, especially not in like workplaces, but yeah, I was just very, very impressed with her ability to continue to do everything whilst being pregnant and to not complain about it or anything. I mean, if I was pregnant, if I was a pregnant woman, I would be lazy as flip. I'd be like, oh no, I can't do that. I'm pregnant. I can't do that. I have to lie on this bed for 12 hours watching videos. I have to. I'm pregnant. I can't lift a finger. You have to do it for me. I would take such full advantage of being pregnant. I would basically spend 9 months just lying there, being lazy and eating ungodly amounts of food. I'd probably use it as an excuse to get fat as what? That's the perfect excuse to be lazy and to eat obscene amounts of food, isn't it? Obviously, I've got no idea what it's really like to be pregnant. I imagine it's very hard, though. Very hard, no? Imagine the backache. My back is killing me now, and I'm not pregnant. Imagine if I was pregnant. Imagine if I had a big baby growing inside my belly, and it was all heavy. Everywhere I go, everything I do. Surely your back would become so painful. Crazy. These women are magical. Magical creatures, I say. Magical creatures. These colors look so good. You know, the crayons are amazing. I love the crayons. I don't know about you. Maybe you don't like the crayons as much as the pencils or something like that. I think green next. Green. But for me, I love the crayons. I love the way they look. This is fantastic. Fantastic. You know, I saw a video, some clips from Breaking Bad, and it made me want to watch Breaking Bad again. I may have to watch the entirety of Breaking Bad again. I've seen it twice already. That's not enough. I think Breaking Bad might be the greatest series of all time. I think it might be. Maybe that's like a common choice. Maybe that's not like a hot take or whatever, but also maybe it's just facts. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's just facts. Maybe Breaking Bad is the greatest series of all time ever. I like it because of the character progression of Walter. I forgot his name there for a second. That is his name. Walter White, of course. But like seeing him initially when he's like this sort of downtrodden man who, like, I don't know, people kind of walk all over him, but also he allows people to walk all over him, kind of, and then, you know, it just seems like his life is a series of bad events, a series of unfortunate events, you know what I'm saying? But then he sort of takes control of his life, and you see him transform over the course of the series into something else, into a beast of a man, even to the point where realistically you shouldn't really like him, should you? You should think, this is an evil man, this is a bad man doing bad things. I don't like him, but I can't help but like him. And maybe that says something terrible about myself for liking somebody who's evil. It is fiction, though. It is fiction, so that doesn't matter, right? It doesn't really matter. But you know what I'm saying. It's interesting how we can like somebody who is a bad person, don't you think? Maybe this only occurs in fiction, though. I can't think in real life of an example where somebody is bad and I still like them. Usually for me, if somebody is like morally bad in real life or does something bad, something heinous, then I straight up just hate that person, basically. Or if not hate them, then I'm like avoidant of them, and I don't think well of them, and I'm just like, get away from me, you bad person. Not that I'm like a saint or anything, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm talking about the truly bad here. The truly bad, the people that actually do messed up, heinous stuff. You know, when I was younger, I used to write novels, little fantasy novels, you know. And there's an idea I have for a book that I would like to write. It's just a matter of time, really, and effort, right? It would probably take me like a year to write it, I imagine. Maybe less. guess if I really concentrated and sat down, but the idea I have for it is I want the protagonist to be somebody who the reader, they don't know if they like him or if they hate him. They feel conflicted. They don't know if they're rooting for him to win and to have some sort of redemption arc, or if they just want bad things to happen to him because he does questionable things. And in my mind, I have like a fair amount of it planned out in my mind. I have a lot of I have an idea of the bad things that I want the main character to do, and I have the motivation for them. And I believe that a lot of people will see the motivation for the bad things that the main character does, and they will be like, you know what, that's reasonable. I can empathize with that to some degree. But does it excuse the bad actions of the main character? This is what I want to explore in this little fantasy novel idea that I have. I don't know if it will ever see actual fruition, but now is probably a good time period to do it, you know, because you can just self-publish on Amazon, right? So once I actually write it, that's obviously the hardest part, right? Writing it, actually doing it. But once that's done, I could just self-publish it on Amazon, right? And then, you know, surely one or two of you would like to read it. And that would be so cool. Having a couple of people read my little fantasy novel, giving me their feedback and their opinions, you know, I would like that very much. I think that would be dope. That would be dope. If I do write this novel, I have other ideas as well for other novels. Most of my ideas, they're all like fantasy based, right? I like fantasy novels, fantasy settings. But they're all also a little bit dark in some way. I would like to explore like dark themes and ideas within the novels, within the main characters. So maybe they wouldn't be so popular with you guys, you know what you mean? You know what I mean? Because most of my videos, they're silly, aren't they? Don't you think so? Don't you think I'm mostly silly? Maybe sometimes in my rambles, maybe particularly when I'm playing like an evil character, and I will, you know, ramble about some philosophical topic that is vaguely evil or dark. Maybe you can see an element of like darkness there, but for the most part I think my videos are just straight up silly, aren't they? And I kind of want them to be like that. I kind of want my videos to be straight up silly, because, you know, it's just about relaxing and having a good time here, isn't it? That's what this channel is all about, relaxing and having a good time, maybe having a laugh. Having a laugh, that would be great. If I could make you laugh, that would be very good indeed. But if I write novels, I don't know, I guess I don't want that to some degree. I don't know. Reading is different for me. When I read, I'm not reading to like laugh or even to relax. When I read, I'm reading to get lost, to get transported into another world, and to think about different themes and things like that, and to be excited, to forget about this world really. I'm engaging in escapism almost 24/7. Almost 24/7. And it's absolutely a coping mechanism. I'm coping. I'm huffing on that copium. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Listen, my friend, we've all got to get through this life one way or another. This life, it's a little bit difficult sometimes, isn't it? A little bit. And it is a little bit scary sometimes. A little bit. So whatever you've got to do to cope with that and to get through it, within reason, maybe we should discourage one another from, drinking heavily or taking drugs or something like that. That is also obviously escapism and a coping mechanism with the harshness of life and the cruelty of it, the cruel aspects. But, that's one of those things where it's like a short-term solution to a long-term problem, and it creates more problems than it solves. Absolutely. That's undisputable, right? That's obvious. But obviously you do it anyway. Maybe because of addiction, or maybe because of desperation, or whatever it might be. But yes, we should not encourage it. And we should try our best to overcome it and not to indulge in such activities. It's a little bit too negative and a little bit too destructive. Oh, my tummy, can you hear that? I am hungry. I haven't eaten yet. You know how it is, I'm busy. I must do work before I eat. Also, I can't eat food and then film a video like this where I'm hunched over the camera, hunched over it. It's my hoodie zipper. The zip keeps dangling and hitting the microphone, the body of it, regardless of what position I put it in. But I must be warm, I absolutely must. I need to wear the hoodie. Do you like that sound? Can you hear it? It's a little bit far away from the microphone, it might be difficult to 100% appreciate that sound. That one there. I like that a lot. Just checking you're okay. You're okay. You special little specimen. What other ASMR artists have I been watching recently? There's this ASMR artist called Real Tingles ASMR. I think that's her channel name. And all of her videos, there's somewhat similar to this, in that it's like a weird perspective. Her videos, her face is always like at the bottom half of the camera, and it's slightly off screen. And I don't really know how to describe it. Is she close to the camera or far away? But everything that she does like medical role plays, right? And everything that she's doing with props, and all the examining, it's all occurring like right up close, and the sound is really close. Everything is fantastic. It's so tingly. Real Tingles ASMR. Check her out if you haven't already. Maybe you have, but phenomenal. In my opinion, one of my favorites at the moment. Very tingly. A lot of the noises, the sounds that she makes whilst doing like the inspecting and the medical role playing, the inspecting and stuff like that. It feels like almost clumsy, almost, in that it's loud, and it's like, it feels natural, it feels normal, it feels like she's actually doing medical stuff to you, right? But yeah, it's so tingly. Right now, I don't know, I don't know when this video uploads, I record a video and then it sits on my computer for a while, and then I edit it and upload it finally. Maybe I schedule of weeks, I don't know. She makes a lot of members-only videos. She clearly cares about her members a lot, which is great. Of course, fantastic. But you know me, I'm a little bit poor, so I can't be paying every person to see all their exclusive content, every person that I like. There are so many content creators that I enjoy. If I was to support them all, I would be broker than a joke. It probably cost almost as much as my rent, just because of the sheer number of people that I really like online. Not even ASM artists exclusively, but like I watch a lot of streamers, a lot of people that stream video games, and I would love to subscribe to them and support them. But right now, the struggle, it is real, my friend. It is all just about paying rent and buying food. That is my unfortunate reality at the moment. Not that that's very unfortunate, that's common, isn't it? A lot of us are like that. We're living like paycheck to paycheck, you know how it is. We out here, we just surviving, bro. We just survive, we're doing our best. That's all that we can do. And why stress? Why stress? Let's just do our best. And everything will be okay. Regardless, won't it? Yes, it will. Yes, it will. I believe so. I believe so. 100%. 100%. It might be time for me to say goodbye to you, my friend. And we can do this again, can't we? In the future. Maybe next week. Maybe next week we do this again. I'm enjoying this very much at the moment, and I'm recording it a lot, this style of video where I draw and I whisper and just ramble about nonsense. I'm enjoying it. I hope you're enjoying it too. Maybe you're bored of it now, though. Have I overdone it? Have I overdone it? Have I made it boring? Silly me. Silly me. We just keep going. Keep doing what we want, Keep having fun together. Relaxing. Chilling out, maxing. Relaxing, cooling. Shooting some people outside of the school. You know how it is. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up now. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm just going to finish this little coloring section here. But for now, I will say goodbye.